Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video will be the part 5 or the last part of my series about the computation for the Incoterms. Hello everyone, in this video we are going to study about the computation of the D group, which is the DPU or the delivered at place unloaded, the DAP or at the deliver at place, and the DDP, which is the delivered duty paid Incoterm. Okay? So again, before we start, we all know that Incoterms are series of predefined commercial terms published by the International Chamber of Commerce which are relating to the international laws. These are all the formulas for your Incoterms, but in this video, we are going to focus on our formula for the D group, which is the DPU, the DAP, and the DDP. Let us first study the formulas for the D group. Okay, so for the DPU, we have FOB plus freight plus other charges for our sea shipment, and for our air shipment, it will be FCA plus freight plus other charges. Okay, for our DAP, the formula is FOB plus freight plus other charges for sea shipment, and if it's an air shipment, it will be FCA plus freight plus other charges. And the formula for the DDP is equal to FOB plus freight plus other charges if it's a sea shipment, and FCA plus freight plus other charges if it is an air shipment. Okay, we just need to remember that the other charges for the D group are the destination other charges and not the origin other charges. Okay, and the differences of destination other charges are the extent of the responsibility of the seller or up to where the cargo is being delivered. Okay, so for all these 3D groups, the thing that we should notice or that we should look up to is the differences in its other charges. Okay, because that is where the changes will be seen. Okay, so for the FOB and the FCA and the freight, we can just know because they are all given. Okay, but for the other charges, there may be given other charges that are not included for a certain D group. Okay, so later on we're going to study on that further with the examples that I am going to provide to you. Okay, and by the way, also guys, take note that the origin other charges, okay, the origin other charges are those other charges that has been incurred in the country of importation. Okay, so those charges that has been incurred before the cargo was delivered to the country of exportation. Again, for the origin other charges are the other charges that has been incurred at the country of exportation or at the country of origin, but the destination other charges are those other charges that has been incurred at the country of importation or at the country of destination. Okay, so let us now discuss the computation for our DAP or the delivered at place. Okay, so our sample here is a shipment of 20 cartons of office supply via Airbus RT245. Okay, so notice that the problem is a shipment of 20 cartons of office supply via Airbus RT245. So we first need to know if it is an air shipment or a sea shipment. Okay, so in this case, we notice that it was delivered through an Airbus, so meaning it is an airplane, and that means we need to be using the FCA value. Okay, so in the problem, there are two values, which is the FCA and the FOB. So we're just gonna use the FCA value in here because it is an air shipment. Okay, and then there is a given freight which is 3% of the FCA. Okay, and then the origin other charges is 345. Okay, so in this example, this given should be the cost of delivery. Okay, cost of delivery at the buyer's warehouse. Okay, so that is just its other charges. Cost of delivery at the buyer's warehouse, which is 30,000 pesos. Okay, cost of unloading is 15,000, duties and taxes is 1 million, and exchange rate is $50. $1 per is equal to 50 pesos. Okay, by the way guys, you need to remember that your D group should be in peso. Okay, so you need to convert the US dollars into the Philippine pesos. Okay, so how are you going to compute for that? So your DAP is equal to FCA plus freight plus other charges. Okay, so your FCA is 2545, and then your freight is 3% of FCA, and then your other charges should be just the cost of delivery to the buyer's warehouse. Okay, so you do not include the unloading. You do not also include the duties and taxes. Okay, so for DAP, just the cost of delivery to the buyer's warehouse, up to that only. You can add, for example, the cost that you have incurred from having the cargo unloaded from the ship. Okay, but it will only, the other charges for the DAP will only end at the delivery at the buyer's warehouse. Okay, so you just need to substitute the value, but first you need to multiply your dollars, your values in US dollars by your exchange rate, which is 50 per $1. So 2545 times 50, that will be 127,250, and then the 3% of your FCA is $76.35. So multiply it by 50, you'll get 3,817, and then the given other charges for DAP, which is 30,000 pesos. So add them all up, you'll get the value of your DAP of 161,067.50. Okay. Now for the DPU, it's just the same problem, but it has a different given for your shipment. So it says here that the shipment of 2x40 container of office supply. Guys, take note that when it's a shipment of containers, of containerized cargo, it means that it is a sea shipment or via vessel. Okay? You cannot import a certain containerized cargo via an airplane. Okay? So when it says here that there is a 2x40 container, it is already implied that this is a sea shipment. Okay? So FCA value is 2545, FOB 3,000, freight is 3% of FCA or FOB. Freight is 3% of your FOB. Okay? And then the origin other charges 345. By the way, the first problem, we do not include the origin other charges. Okay, unless it is stipulated that the origin other charges is not included in the given FOB value. But if the problem is silent, then you do not need to add the origin other charges from the FOB or the FCA value. Okay, again, this is the cost of delivery and not the unloading. Okay. And then cost of unloading, duties and taxes paid, exchange rate, and we're looking for the delivery at place unloaded. So when we are talking about the delivery at place unloaded, we guys are talking about the delivery to the place where the buyer would like the shipment to be delivered, but it is unloaded already. So the seller is the ones to pay for the unloading of your cargo. Okay, so in this case, you need to add also the cost of unloading if it is a DPU shipment. Okay, so not yet the duties and taxes because that is not included in the seller's responsibility yet. Okay, so to compute, again, just like the computation of the DAP, it is FOB plus freight plus other charges. It is FOB, by the way, guys, because it is a containerized cargo. Okay? So we're gonna use the FOB this time. Unlike earlier, it is an air shipment, so that is the reason why we use the FCA value. So we use the FOB value 3,000 plus 3% of the FOB, which is 90,000. And then, oops, by the way, this is for the DDP. Okay, this one. That 3,000 plus 90,000, which is 4,500. If you convert it via peso, 3,000 dollars times 50. If you convert it to peso, is 150,000. Okay, and then the other charges is the bearing for your D group. So this is the delivery charge, delivery, and then this is your unloading. Okay, so you just need to add them both, but you just need to ignore the duties and taxes paid because it's not included again in the seller's price. So when you compute all those, add them all up, you'll get the value of your DPU of 199,500 pesos. Okay, so that is how you compute for your DPU. Now, and the last and the final formula for the D group is the DDP. Okay, so again, this is a 2x40 container. This is a 2x40 container, meaning it's a sea shipment. So we're gonna use your FOB value. Okay? So 3% of FOB is your freight. And then there is a given origin other charges. But again, you just need to ignore that because in the computation of the D group, we are just going to use the destination other charges. So the other charges here that are given, destination other charges, is the cost of delivery. Okay? So 30,000, cost of unloading 15,000, duties and taxes paid 1 million, exchange rate is 50 pesos per $1 US, and we're looking for DDP, delivered duty paid. Okay, so for DDP, this is the maximum obligation of the seller, meaning that he or she will be paying all of the charges that the shipment has incurred, including the duties and taxes from the Bureau of Customs. Okay, so in this computation, we need to add all the other charges or all the destination other charges that are given in this problem. Okay, so this is how you compute for that. So just like earlier, the formula is FOB plus freight plus other charges. FOB is 3,000. Your freight is 3% of FOB, which is $90. Okay, so you just need to convert it by 50 over $1 US. So 3,000 by 150, 3,000 times 50 is 150 pesos. $90 times 50 is 45 pesos. And then add all the other charges, okay, to the FOB and the freight, and you'll get your DDP value of 1,199,500. Okay, so the reason why it's in peso, because all the transactions has already been done here in the Philippines. So that means that the seller already paid all the other charges from the buyer's from the seller's warehouse up to the buyer's warehouse in the Philippines. Okay, so since we are the ones computing for the duties and taxes, so that is how you compute for your D group. Okay, so this is another example for DDP. Okay, by the way guys, some problems has different given, like sometimes the given are the CIF or the CFR, and you just need to look for the value of the FOB. Okay, but if the given is CPT and CIP, you just need to look for the value of your FCA first for you to be able to compute for the D group. Okay, so in this case, your CIF is $25,350, freight is $102.50, 1,250, destination other charges is 120,000 pesos, exchange rate is 50 pesos for $1 US. So since there is no given FOB, you need to compute for the FOB, but you also notice that there is no given insurance. So since it's a shipment of tires, we need to know that this is a general cargo. So meaning we're gonna use 0.02 of our FOB. Okay, so for us to be able to compute that, write the formula of your CIF. CIF is equal to FOB plus insurance plus freight, and then just substitute the value. CIF, which is 25,350, is equal to FOB. Since there is no FOB, your insurance is 0.02 FOB, and then your freight is 1,250. Okay? Now, combine similar terms. So, if you transpose your freight or the whole number to the other side of the equation, it will be a negative value. So, that will be 25,350 minus 1,250 is equal to 1.02 FOB. Okay? So, to simplify further, subtract 25,350, subtract 1,250 from 25,350, you'll get 24,100 is equal to 1.02 FOB. So, to get the value of the FOB, divide both equation by 1.02 and you'll get the value of your FOB as 23,627.45 when you use your calculator. Okay, so now that you have the value of FOB, you can now proceed to computation of the DDP, which is the formula FOB plus freight plus other charges. Okay, substitute. Your DDP is equal to your FOB, which is should be converted to dollars. So, I mean to the peso value. So since you have this value as your as in US dollars, you need to multiply it by 50. Okay, multiply it by 50 to get the peso value, which is 1,181,372.50, plus your freight also is in US dollars, so you just need to multiply it by 50. You'll get 62,500, and then just add the given other charges, and when you add them all up, you'll get the value of your DDP as 2,518,872.50. Okay, so that's it, guys. That is how you're going to compute your D group. And just always take note of all the important reminders that we have learned from all the other videos that I have shown you on the past parts or past series of this Incoterm computation. Okay, so again, guys, I'd like you to remember the important notes in computation of Incoterms. Number one is to always memorize the formulas. Remember that the formulas can always be interchanged. Always remember to follow the MDAS rule. And then the first thing to do is to substitute the given to the formulas. And you need to remember the rule in algebra that when you are transposing numbers, the sign should be changed. So for example, you're transposing a positive number. When you put it on the other side of the expression, it will now be changed to negative or minus. You should also know the rule of cancellation of similar terms, and if the given percentage of a number, you can always compute the percentage and then substitute and then continue on solving your expression. So that's it, guys. And this video is also the end of my series in the computation of the Incoterms. I hope, guys, that you have learned a lot, and I hope that it will help you in your understanding of your course as a BSCA student, and also I hope that it would help you in your learnings on how to be a customs broker someday. Thank you so much, guys, and have a great day. God bless you. Goodbye.